I'm just gonna let you all know right now this is gonna be a very short stream. Not sure how long it's actually gonna be, but I know it's going to be fairly short. So, come and join me. My name is Faceless, and it's time to play the Stanley Parable. I just got out of my office, and here we go.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
I feel like I'm walking in circles.
Blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
Hello there, Lollygamer Sans. Get dunked on, and hello there, Bookshelf. Bookshelf, I'm waiting for your puns. Just letting you know. We need some Stanley puns.
When he looked down, why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Yeah, seriously, why do they do that?
These rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after
Oh, it's Justin Leon Dobbs. You made a new account. Can I be in the mod squad? Hell yeah, man. Mod squad. Sorry, the audio probably cut out there.
In real life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh god.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
Hello, Leonardo
Why
Fields.
is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Yes, why is there a voice in my head doing
was
that?
describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts.
You're blue now. That's my attack.
This voice spoke to all people in their dreams. The truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself. Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice...
Leonardo Fields, you're now part of the mod squad. Please put hashtag mod squad in there, just so you know that you're part of the mod squad.
Himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
Oh no, is it gonna reset?
My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Well, it didn't reset.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me
God,
I'm
it's
real.
becoming red.
I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what
I stand with what I said.
And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky
Do you know
she
how
was to be born.
adore?
I am
You know how adore
I am
my
in
knock
control.
knock jokes are?
I know what is
I
real
think that they're
and what is
adorable.
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Wow.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit.
Yeah,
It was a
seriously.
sign of something. He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
Well, that way killed me.
Stanley came to
So
a
I'm gonna
set
go
of
this
two
way.
open- This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
That's true.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Not really.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business,
Very.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I know, right?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult.
True.
But the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Uh-huh.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you
Yep.
that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Pretty
Well,
much.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important.
Okay.
Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
I mean, this is a pretty red door. But... Redium.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
I like blue.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
What's this?
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me? You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Okay.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before.
True.
Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a... Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version.
I'll rate it a
You say
5.
that the game benefited from allowing you more choices. Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from?
I know,
How
right?
did I know the game needed a third door?
You just knew it.
Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try.
True.
Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Can you make a stream where you look at fan art from Undertale? Better is Undertale. No, I'm not gonna watch Undertale fan art.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to
I
keep
barely
working
saw it.
outdoors? Again, honest answers, please.
You had to put it in front of me because
I
I'm
never
not gonna
thought
look
I got
around.
a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Okie doke.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire...
It's a
fail.
cute baby.
It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice.
Yeah.
But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours.
Gotcha.
So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective?
'Kay.
Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Yes.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
No, it's because I like this plant.
Well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over.
You know what? Yes, I'll watch it if you can give this video 100 likes. But that's impossible.
Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Oh, Minecraft.
Is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here. No, here. And then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes.
A door.
It's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make your...
Oh, you got it, boss.
Isn't it grand?
It is pretty grand.
Perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond.
Yes.
Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Okie doke.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
Everything's
Oh,
fine.
no. this is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
Oh, okay. Oh, Portal.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Okie doke.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking.
I'm on.
Stanley.
I'm on.
Your forte. Genius.
Very.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through.
I do. Okay. I'm in a very strange place. What up, my amigos? Is this game Portal? No, this is the Stanley Parable. They put me in Portal, though. How you doing, that one guy? How are the kids? What just happened?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end.
True.
And make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion.
Maybe.
That's who I am.
That's who you
That is
are.
what I mean to this world.
I don't think so.
Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once
There's no
this
way.
ends, after it all comes to a close,
True.
then I'll be back.
Okay.
The end will be here soon.
The end is near.
Very soon.
Spoons make me fat.
I can wait.
I can wait too. I can wait all day if you want me to. Oh, okay. This is how it's gonna be.
All of
This is going to be my last run.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Bada bing, bada boom, bada bum bum bum.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Tips for not getting fired. Talk less, do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day, with no expectation of promotion or recognition, and don't get fired.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret pin number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay, dog.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control.
I like escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
True. Let's go. I'm here.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shadowed life. Farewell, Stanley.
Do it!
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant,
What happened to the other guy?
was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly. And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making
True.
life the same.
Yes?
Do you see now? Do
Maybe?
you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
What? What? I'm so confused. Well, that was the last playthrough. I will be doing another one of these. I'm probably going to stream again around tonight. Around 10-ish Eastern Standard Time. So thank you guys all for coming by. Bookshelf, I'm expecting even more puns later. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share because that helps me out a ton. Thank you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!